Well, hello there, friends and family. As you can see, we're out in the Focus. And I was getting some gas today. It's, getting on up in the afternoon. And, of course, while I'm out getting gas, since I cranked up the car and everything, I do like to run it a while to recharge your battery. Starting the car always drain some out of the battery. And I haven't driven the Focus in now about 5 or 6 days. So since it was so beautiful today, I thought I'd share some of that beauty that is Alabama with all of y'all too. And we're just not making a trip. It's just a ride to nowhere special. No place to go, no time to get there. It's just to go. To look at things along the way. Like up there in the top of that there big oak. All filled with mistletoe. That used to be a thing. People would go out in the woods, and if you keep an eye out, you can see that mistletoe growing in a lot of the oaks, like that one right to the left. All that green in that otherwise bare tree is mistletoe. The people would go out in the woods, and youngins would climb up if they could, and some crazy adults, i.e. me at times, and cut some off, during the holiday season. Sometime around either just before or just after Thanksgiving. Normally the wife would be prodding you into it. But then over the years, like many traditions here in America that have been eroded away and finally just vanish, the simple act of hanging mistletoe up over an archway, so you could sneak a kiss from the one you were sweet on, that too has went away. Every once in a while now, you might see some of that fake mistletoe with maybe some, contrasting white berries and a red ribbon, at Walmart, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and such places. Yep. If I was going to hang a sprig of it in the archway between my living room and dining room, I think I would go out there and get something off a tree. I'm just saying. It's growing in my oaks too. But as it was one of those things that just got me to thinking. The other night while I was prepping away and cooking away from about midday all the way up past midnight, before the holidays, i.e. Christmas. By all the traditions that faded away in America. Like the simple act of, every morning we go to school, and there were a certain bunch of boys, back then boys, not boys and girls, later it would become boys and girls, belonged to the flag squad. And you would go to the office and get the flag, carry it out to the flag post before school, carefully unfold it, attach it to the rope, and raise it up. And at the end of the day, when school was done, you go out and lower that flag. And once again, with great care, you and other members of your flag squad would fold it up the right way. Yep. And this was back in the day when, for whatever reason, we didn't let the flag fly at night. We just didn't. And then this thing about, as long as you got a light on, you know, it can fly. Didn't used to let it fly when it was raining out, storming. We didn't do it. Nope, it wouldn't go up for that day. And if the weather started looking bad, here again, we'd all run out and get it lowered. We surely would. None of that's done anymore as far as I know. I know it used to be done that way too on military bases, because I've spent some time on them. You know, just as well as, you know, at the end of the day, when the sun was starting to dip below the horizon, the flag would be lowered and they'd play taps on a bugle. Maybe it was a clarinet. I think originally it was a bugle. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But that too has gone away. But the reason I got to thinking about all this was because, you know, I was cooking. That too, right there, that simple act of cooking your own food every day, or most every day, was about to vanish almost entirely prior to the events of 2020 and now 2021. But with the pandemic, I'll say it, cooking at home became a big thing again. Not so much from scratch, but, you know, from canned, boxes, bags, stuff of that nature. And of course there was a resurgence of, you know, getting that there fresh stuff in the produce section. Good looking meats and that. And cooking them up at home. But not all the time. And maybe that's a good thing. I wish more things would come back. But just like my last cooking video, on my Sunday supper roasted chicken, you know, a lot of people like to look or do down home cooking, country cooking, southern cooking, and what have you. But like everything in America, there's a stark divide, and a lot of it's age related. And no, if it don't look like something off a TV commercial, you know, blogger site, booty, whatever have you, it's just crap. No accounting for taste though. They don't know that food in that picture is most likely fake and artificial, especially for bigger social media outlets, and especially professional ones, and places like even the Food Channel, Food Network, Martha Stewart. Yep, they got professionals that can make that food look photogenic, extremely tantalizing. But if you were to sit down to it at the moment that picture was taken and try to put it in your mouth and chew it up, you might be shocked. I'm thinking. I've seen them do it. Yes, I have. Just not here on social media. I don't make nothing that's going to make the cover of Good Housekeeping, Better Homes and Gardens, Southern Living, and I said that. Mine's come on home to supper. The day is done. You crack open that front door, and immediately as you step in, you can smell the comfort and the love coming from the kitchen. And on the coldest of days, when you're hurting, you're aching, you just really want to lay down and close your eyes, it gives you a little perk up and makes you glad you made it home. Now, once you eat a fine meal like that, of course, you're going to want to find the couch or the sofa or your favorite recliner. And most likely, you'll fall slap asleep. That's what down home mama's cooking, or grandmamas or great grandmamas would do. It'd make you all cozy and comfortable and feeling warm inside, and you just want to curl up and call it a day. Uh-oh, clearing some more land up here. Yep, somebody's starting a new homestead. Got them a brand new mobile home in there, or it might have been a modular home. That's a good thing. Get on out in the country. Of course, it's going to be hard to get out in the country too much. As you can see, country too is slowly fading away. And it just reminds me of that there bait and tackle shop sign back there. There used to be a time here in Tallahassee where we had quite a few of them there bait and tackles. We surely did. That one there, not open. My favorite one, a couple blocks up from the house, you could get any type of thing there. Minnows, all kinds of worms, crickets. He had mealworms and beetles. He even had frogs. But they got old. They kept going as long as they could. And none of their children wanted to pick it up. So it too would close. In fact, currently right now, I don't know but one within decent driving distance, and I'm saying within probably 10 miles of my small town here. So it's a good thing I got worms. I know how to round up a bunch of crickets if I want them real quick. That might be something I'll show y'all. Don't take a lot, trust me, it don't. We'll turn over here Because I got a guy that's just really hankering to get around me. He's probably more important than I am. He got a big old Toyota SUV. He's probably got places to go and to be. Unlike me. Probably considering it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They're probably driving somewhere. Montgomery, the capital city, Auburn, to go out to eat. You know, it is Saturday, late afternoon. Me? We'll be having leftovers. I'll change it up a little bit. I try to add something to every meal, make it a little bit different than the one before. It can be something as simple as some buttered bread. Maybe take a couple of biscuits out of the freezer. No, they're not freezer biscuits. I made them and then froze them. Yeah, you can do that, you know. It's amazing. If you want to be really lazy, you can get them grands, cook them up, let them cool, throw them in a Ziploc bag, you know, one of them big ones, and chunk them in the freezer. You know, when you're single, living by yourself, or it's just you and your hubby or wife, maybe all you ever do is want one or two. Yep. Most mornings when I want a biscuit, I want one. Well, I said I had nowhere to go, no time to be there. But then it come to me. Since I was out in this neck of the woods, and the sun's starting to filter through the trees, I thought I just might go see what that looks like. Because it's been a while. And I can see there's going to be changes here. Somebody's going to be building them a fine house right there. And another one right up here. Yep. My country is fading away. I guess that's the theme of this little countryside ride. You know, nowhere to be, no place to go, no time to be there. That sort of, you know, becomes a theme when you get older and finally retire, unless you got, you know, a plan. You know, you're going to travel, start a business you always wanted to start, never did, or write a book. You know, paint, go visit all those off-the-wall places you never had time to do. That was my plan. I was going to explore the Southeast. I've lived here most of my life, and really, never saw all that much of it. Yep. Something's going in right there. It's stopping right here at the edge of the Forever Wild area. They looked like they were logging it off. Not here. You ain't supposed to cut a tree, a branch, a twig. You ain't supposed to disturb nothing in Alabama's Forever Wild areas. I wish y'all could see how steep this here is going down in here. You can't. And yep, There's one of the 3 lakes I live very close to. In fact, if I'd left the house and just wanted to come to here, it's only minutes away, and I do come here. Need to come here more often. And I think next year we are. Of course, we got some people down here. Some are fishing. Looks like they putting the boat in for the day. Yep. No, I guess they're getting ready to go out. So they're going to do some late afternoon to maybe evening fishing. And it's supposed to be getting chilly. It's 57 now and falling. When this whole trip started, it was 59. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna bother them. They got a couple of little ones and that. Yep. I'm gonna leave them be. You know, there's a whole crowd of us in this here Focus. They were looking a little astonished anyway, especially with those of you sitting in the rumble seat, you know, in the trunk. And then, like always, even though I told y'all not to, y'all, as soon as we start to pull out, some of you come running up from behind and jump on the roof. Well, we can stop here for a minute. Yep, I need to bring a bag and pick up trash. That's another thing that's vanishing in the world. And maybe because of that one word that I'm about to say, that pretty much has vanished. And most likely, with our generation, will disappear forever. And that one word, the word of the day, is respect. That one word. A single word can change everything. It can take away everything. Worried about your freedom? Yeah. Think back. All the things that we no longer respect that are now gone. Put some thought into that. It does look amazing out there through the trees. See, we got some rocks right here because we up on the ridge, remember? In fact, right now we're probably about 2 steps down, maybe 3. You see that there sunset out there? I'm not going to bother the youngins and that young family with their 2 little kids. They're doing what I used to do with my children. Take them out in the boat. Me and my son, we'd fish. My daughter, she would fish for a little bit. And she'd always bring a book. Pretty soon, she'd just be enjoying the sun, the air, slap of the water, and whatever amazing story and adventure she was reading. She never minded going, and she could hang in there all day because she'd always bring a backup book. But I'm gonna get out, and if y'all want to, y'all can unbuckle. I know some of you are all on each other's laps. Get off each other's laps and we'll go out here and sit on this ridgeline and watch this day fade away too. What you say? Come on. Well, here we are. Up on top of this ridge step. You know, I'm taking you to many places. You know, in the woods. Several of them, we start at the top of the Piedmont Plateau. And we walk down grade. And I explain the thing about ridge steps. Like they're the toes, the very end of the Appalachian mountain chain. They are. Because when you get down to the final one, which this here river valley, not particularly here because it's been dammed, and this is now a lake. But back before the dams, it was way down there. A lot further down than it is now, trust me that. It's hard to find pictures of it anymore. Yeah, another good thing about these forever wild areas, and Alabama's got so many of them. How many did we have when I was a child? None that I can remember. We had our state parks. We had some nature areas. But over the years, more and more of Alabama has reverted back to its natural state. It surely has. But anywhere around the major cities, and I'm what, 28 miles from the center of the capital. Of course, it spreads out quite a ways now with the suburbs and all that. It's grown amazingly. And just in the time that I've been here. Same is true with Auburn, to the northeast of me. I can remember when it was basically just a one street town. A few blocks and the university, and that's about it. Boy, it has just blown up there. It's considered the best place to live in Alabama, or most desirable, if you can afford it now, and has been mentioned as one of the most desirable places to live in the U.S. Boy, I found that shocking. But it is nice. But Alabama's got many nice places. My little town's nice. It's got its pluses, and it's got its minuses. Just like every city, town, large or small. I guess it's what you make of it. Well, I know it is. All of a town can be great, or it can all be bad. I think we can all name a few where they're all bad. It ain't gonna be too much longer. And that sun will set down below the horizon. Just a little item of interest. Just for a little item of interest right here. You see this massive rock outcropping? Do you want to know what it is? It's white quartz. Now, yeah, some fools have come along and tagged it with black spray paint. Yep, that gets back to that word respect, don't it? Well, you can feel the temperature continuing to fall. My nose is starting to run. Pretty soon I'll be sniffling. Yeah, it's probably time. Won't be long now till dark fall. Especially way back here in the deep woods. I don't know if y'all can see it with the camera. You can see sort of where the light is up there at the very top of the plateau. We're not all the way down in the bottom, but we're a fair distance. It's peaceful. Yep. Another 15-20 minutes. That sun will dip below the trees. Another 20 minutes, it'll be down below the upper plateau line, top of the ridges. And it'll be getting dark down in here. So it might be good. Start heading down that road back to the house. I'm starting to shiver. And I can hear some of y'all too. Maybe that's y'all's knees. I'm hearing some clacking. So let's get on back in the focus. Fire up a little old heat on our old bones and get cozy again. What do y'all say? Let's fire it up and get some heat on. That'll make it more better. Y'all settle down back in the back seat. Quit fighting about who gets to sit where. Just get comfortable. No one has their own space. We just make do the best we can. Think about the people in the rumble seat or up on the roof. Make you change out with them. They'll just be grateful to be inside the car. Well, sunset is nice to watch for a bit, but we better get heading on back to the house before the dark descends. And now we got to climb on up out of here. And for those of you riding along, you can attest to just how steep that climb is. It'll put you back in your seat. And if you're paying attention to the camera up front, you can see the difference in the darkness and the lightness. That just shows you how far down we are. A lot of people think Alabama's flat. Well, parts of it are. But just like here, we've got our hollers and ridges and hills, and maybe one day I'll take you further up north and show you some mountains, because we got them too. Pretty much we got it all, along with all the problems that come with it. But I'm grateful. I've lived in many places over the course of my lifetime. My life has taken me down some paths that I would have never envisioned. Some for the better, some for the worst. And I'd like to think that my decision to come south even further south to where I am now, was a good decision. So far, I would say it is, all things considered. And if you pay attention up here, you can see what I was seeing. The changing of my country. Of course, I don't own it all. People got a right to do with their land what they want to. Or at least for now. In some places you still can. You know, as long as you don't create a hazardous waste dump, or, you know, there are some reasonable restrictions that any sane person would have to agree on. So you just can't say, well, it's your land, you can do whatever you want. You know, within reason. Of course, one person's within reason nowadays is way more different than another's. But I think maybe next week, or it might be the week after, we gotta do a little bit more shopping. Now I gotta run out to a doctor's appointment Monday afternoon. I don't want to, but it's that time of year for me to renew my prescriptions for the year. I got to go see the doc. Even though with everything that's going on, I tried to talk him out of it again. But his nurse said nope. I needed to head her on over. I'd rather not. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Because from everything I'm reading, once again, it ain't looking too pretty out there. So I don't know if it'll be that day that I do a little shopping, or a little later in the week. But don't need much. Just one few things. And if it wasn't for all of y'all stopping by so darn often, not that I mind, I'm just pulling your leg, I'd probably get by on just what I got. Eating out of my pantries. But one of my goals for this year, not resolutions, was to eat healthier. So to do that, till I can get a garden going in, I got to go out and get it this time of year. Woo, that sun's bright. But I'll take it all day long compared to all that there dark, overcast, and foreboding skies we were having all through last week, the week before, and the week before, with all that extreme weather. And I thank God we came through it unscathed. All I can say is I wish everybody had. Now I have prayed. The sky is simply beautiful. That is no doubt. I wonder if Father paints it himself, or he has special angels just for that. I've thought about that sometimes, as I've just stared up in to all that beautiful. that so many take for granted. And I must admit, there have been times in my life where I was too busy to even notice. Another good thing about retirement, you got the time to notice more if you want to. And maybe that's another key aspect of life that people just don't get anymore. You can pretty much accomplish anything that you want or need, just if you want to, which is Southern for want to. Don't know how we came up with want to, but such is what came to be. Yep. See, we're having church services there. Little small church behind my property. Looks like they got a pretty full house for a Saturday service. Yep. We now back at the home place. The kiddies must be off laying in wait for some birdies. Well, this is where we're gonna turn off the old focus and pile out, because we're close to calling this one to an end. I knew you'd be there waiting on me, Spooky. You were just laying under your favorite blueberries, weren't you? Where's your little sister? Where's your little sister? Oh, here she comes. Come on over, Speedy. You was waiting on Papa too? My two bestest buds. What happened to Elrod and Cleo and Magoo? Oh, they're the hunting party today? Well, okay. Well, we've been out with the peoples. Yep, we have. Yeah, you saw them all stop me at the end of the driveway and start piling in, didn't you? Scared y'all off. Yep, we got to get in because they know it's getting close to their chow time. So we got to fix them up some. Don't we, Spooky? You will patiently wait there as long as I stand here. You coming, Speedy? You coming? And I thought you might. Here we got Elrod up at the water bowl. Elrod, what you doing there, shakalaka? You don't know. Well, if any of the kitty crew's confused, it'd be you, Elrod. Now you stretching? What was you, napping while I was gone? You looking good, big buddy. What's my whiny girl want? Yeah, we gotta get it in. Gracie'll be inside wondering where I'm at. She'll want to tell me about everything she's found out since I left. She keeps an eye on mainstream media, social media, blogs. She got alerts that come to her cell phone. You know, youngins, even young kiddies, are pretty technological adept compared to us old folk. They really are. You can see they got treats out on the steps. You know, they had plenty today. Well, y'all, this day is coming to an end. I know Mr. Tom's got to leave you for today. I'm sure it won't be long before we're back together again. Now I try to mix it up. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. So I guess, you know, if you subscribe, hit all notifications, and just be patient. A video that you really like and enjoy will come your way too. All good things in life come with patience and time. So until I, Elrod, Spooky, Speedy, and I know Grace is inside, Cleo, sometimes Magoo, Mr. Gray, and Heathcliff. See y'all on the next video. Goodbye. Good evening for now. Later, all.